Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of 4 planetary conjunctions. And today we're going to be covering the conjunction of Sun, Mercury, Venus, and Ketu. And what happens when these 4 planets are conjunct together in your horoscope. And as always, if you do not know if you have this conjunction, where it's placed, what house it's in, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, and including all my consultations at this link. So, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Ketu. What are these 4 energies? Well, first of all, Sun, as you know, represents pretty much your soul, your ego, your personality, your vitality, authorities, government, father. Sun also represents sight, moon, Mercury. Mercury represents intelligence, speech, communication, ability to comprehend and understand things. Like when you read something, let's say you read some legal document, you don't know anything about law, and you read a legal document. For someone reading that, they'll understand like, oh, wow, this is what it is. Okay, interesting. Then somebody with a certain type of a Mercury will read it and be like, okay, what the hell is this? Can't understand it. And that's why Mercury represents that comprehension. The ability to read something and have your mind and your brain understand. And Mercury also represents business, accounting, It represents all kinds of communicative devices. Venus represents love, spouse, girlfriend, women, arts, media, creativity, sexuality, pleasure. Then you have Ketu. Ketu is the imploding energy. Ketu implodes within. Ketu likes to be within. Ketu likes to be separated from all the physical elements. Ketu, the south node of the moon, represents our ability to separate ourselves from everything and look at things on a much higher plane, on a much higher dimensional plane. This is why this is the planet of moksha karka. It's never satisfied. Just like Rahu is never satisfied with material things. It wants more. Ketu is never satisfied with material things. Why? Because it doesn't want any. It wants less of it. So, and Ketu and Rahu are very outcast energy. They're an energy that does everything against the social norms of society, whether it's Rahu or Ketu, whether it's exploding energy of Rahu or imploding energy of Ketu. So now you have these 4 planets conjunct together. The first thing you will understand is that there's a lot of dissatisfaction early in life with the father and with women. Whether you're a man or woman doesn't matter. Because women interaction with a woman doesn't really always have to be in a relationship or some love or sexual relationship. It could be anything. It could be just the woman next door as your neighbor. Woman you run across in a marketplace. Somebody who's a merchant and you're a customer. There's just this natural dissatisfaction that comes, and especially this can also show that father could have been involved in a scandal with a woman. Perhaps you don't know, maybe your father will never tell you. This also shows that you, as a person, feel separated from the element of love and lust. For you, love and lust and relationship are this object. It's like the feeling with it is not really attached so strongly. And you feel lost. Like in a relationship, you feel like, why am I not feeling the same thing that this person is feeling? Why don't I feel that same, gravitational pull of lust and love and wanting to be with this person? This shows that once communication with the father was very harsh. One's ability to receive love from their father, including friends, always somehow goes haywire, always somehow brings in some sort of a scandal. And especially early in life. Because you have to understand, every planet starts out very immature, like a young plant. Okay? It's growing. It's very soft. A wind can easily take it out. But as that plant then grows into a solid tree, wind doesn't always really moves it or gets it out of its roots. So once you deal with all these situations in life, you become much more stronger. You're able to understand what these things are. Also shows that, especially early in life, trying to have children, especially as a male, may not happen. Why? Because Venus represents sperm cells. Venus is being burnt, being close to the sun. And it's being eclipsed by Ketu, the Saturn of the moon. So usually this can show early in life, one may not find such potent, sperm cells to impregnate a woman or her egg. Later in life, especially I've always seen with these type of conjunctions, that in your 30s, then a person is able to get children and have children. This also shows that the communication of a person is very unorthodox. When they communicate, either they'll communicate in a very harsh manner, where they can just completely throw you off, your pedals, by being very straightforward, very just in your face. Or they just may be so introverted that they do not want to communicate as much. And they lack that ability to find that confidence to communicate. One thing that they become very good at is crunching numbers, dealing with numbers. They may find great interest in mathematics, astronomy. They also do very well in managing a large group of crowd. They're bringing, because remember, Ketu is also your past life. When Ketu is attached to all the planets, whatever planets is attached to, you're bringing past life experience, expertise related to those planets. So these people know how to be a leader. They know how to be a good communicator. They know how to be good in relationships. They know that. They know the dynamics of it. But the thing is, because they're in this life with especially harsh planets like Sun and Ketu attached to the Mercury and Venus. Mercury and Venus are very soft planets. So it requires them to understand that, wow, I do have expertise. They have to go through experiences to activate certain things in life. Until you get into a relationship, until you have sexual relationship with somebody, you will not be able to activate that Venus or that side of Venus. And you may have very awkward instances in life when trying to, be in a lover relationship with a person. You may not have such great communication skills in a relationship early on. So only after time, Ketu will remove his eclipse, and only after time, Sun will cool down, so Venus and Mercury can flourish. And especially early on, they will always have a hard time also learning and memorizing things. Especially if Mercury is very close to Sun, like 2 degrees, 3 degrees, they will have this problem of just remembering and understanding things. But obviously, this conjunction can do very well in certain signs versus the other signs, certain houses versus the other houses. Also, you have to understand what other planets are looking at this conjunction. You can have this conjunction. And if Jupiter looks at it directly, Jupiter will nullify most of the malefic impact of this conjunction. But if you have Mars, Saturn also looking at this, then then it's going to be even much more of a challenge to deal with things related to this conjunction. So you always have to just play that dynamic of very simple dynamic of malefic, benefic, tamasic, rajasic, and sattvic. The 3 qualities that exist in this universe. Like Jupiter is a sattvic planet, Sun is a sattvic planet, Venus, Mercury are rajasic planets, Ketu is a tamasic planet. So now all these energies are perhaps looking at each other and working with each other. But one thing this can polarize is that either this person is extremely great at being romantic communication wise, a very charming person, or they just have no clue what being romantic is. It could be one of the other extreme. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of Sun, Mercury, Venus, Ketu conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your conjunction is placed, all my books, reports, consultations, for that check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with, I believe, Planets through Ascendant series. Yeah. All right. Bye.